was just about to start my intro and that train went past. Hi, my name's Scott, welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Frankfurt, Germany. I'm here for the day and I'm here to discover a little part of the central business district and the old town. It's never going to be a comprehensive coverage of the city, I'm just going to scratch the surface. But the idea is to find out whether I feel comfortable here and would I like to come back. One way to find out. Frankfurt was severely damaged during World War II, with most of the famous medieval town centre totally destroyed in air raids. Fortunately, many building plans survived the war, and over the last generation, many of the buildings have been reconstructed. In fact, most of the old buildings you find in Frankfurt actually aren't. Frankfurt on main skyline, especially that of the central business district, is home to some of Europe's tallest buildings, which has given it the nickname Manhattan. Right, let's go exploring. My initial reaction about Frankfurt is that it's not as organised as some cities. Don't forget that Frankfurt is a major financial capital in the world, and Frankfurt Airport is one of the major aviation hubs in Europe. Before I started this video, I went up to Frankfurt Airport on the S-Bahn just because I could, and trying to find the station coming back is a nightmare. Plenty of signs for buses and taxis, but nothing for the trains. If I hadn't remembered that the S-Bahn station was on the lower level, I wouldn't have known where it was. Once you're there, there are signages, you're fine. But finding it downstairs, void of signs. If you're trying to get from Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof to the airport, you're on your own, pal. What a nightmare. There's nothing to suggest where to go for the train service to one of Europe's busiest airports. I actually had to go into the information office and double check because platform 103, which everything indicated, didn't indicate that there was maybe even an airport on that line. It didn't even come up on the destination board, and I thought, am I in the right place? Yeah, I was. It just, you either know or you don't know. I think if you're going to run a metro service, come to London and find out how they do it. In fact, if I hadn't brought my own map of the metro lines here in Frankfurt, I would have been snookered because there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Not until you're on the right platform. Opposite the tracks is there a poster which is very hard to read because it's dirty and it's quite a fair distance away. But in London, for example, these maps are everywhere. Not in Frankfurt. We got back anyway, that was the main thing. It took me about an hour to get there and back, and it was only supposed to be a 20-minute trip. Here is the old bridge. This monument to the Holocaust is actually quite moving. Every block is a person whose life was taken away from them. And it just goes on and on and on. It's really windy up there. Hope it didn't upset my hair. Well, that probably offers the best view of Frankfurt, 200 meters up. I'm not worried with heights, but for some reason, when I'm at a high height and I look up, like I was there and I was trying to look at the antenna, I get dizzy. I discovered that when I was on top of the Empire State Building once. Don't have a problem with heights, but when I looked up to look at the satellite dishes and things, I started going, whoa. Very strange. I've heard of those kind of hotels. So what did I think of Frankfurt? To be brutally honest, not much. It's a financial centre, it's here for a reason, and I felt in the afternoon I was here it lacked soul. There was just definitely something missing. They've restored some beautiful buildings, but even the town centre, the old town centre where they have the restored medieval buildings, it looked like Disneyland. Everything was too new, too squeaky clean. I was a little bit disappointed in Frankfurt. Because I'm in a good mood, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10, but it's lucky to get 6. Anyway guys, if you've been to Frankfurt, please let me know what you think. I'd be interested to see other people's views. Thanks very much for coming along on this little trip to Frankfurt, and I'll see you next time.